All right, stance is pretty important. When you're learning to shoot a handgun, keep in mind there's really nothing natural about it. Unlike a rifle or shotgun, you don't have a support system. You're literally dangling the weapon out in midair, away from your body. So having the proper stance and posture is very important. Now, granted, this is a basic stance that's worked for several millions of people who've shot across the world. But keep in mind, everyone eventually finds their sweet spot. So what I like to do when I explain this, I tell a student to put a foot forward, and then with their strong side, which would be their gun side, they'll draw an invisible or imaginary or even physical line shoulder distance apart. That allows a 10 o'clock and a 4 o'clock foot position. What this allows for is for me to angle my knees forward and give me more of a bounce. It also helps me if I need to move in different directions. If I have to move forward, if I have to move backwards, if I have to move left, or if I have to move right, I always have a recourse and I have stability because they're not like this. If they're like this, I lose forward and reverse motion. If they're like this, I lose right to left motion. This position allows the dexterity and the flexible movement in any direction I need to go in. All right, so grip. Let's talk about grip. I've seen a lot of different methods on how to hold a weapon. I believe in the true and tried way and the way that they've been doing it for decades, and that is with full support. So let's give an example. When you're holding your weapon, obviously you hold it normally with your grip, finger off the trigger because we're not on target. And at this point, my reaction hand or my support hand comes into play. It actually will go between the grooves of my fingers. So that way I'm creating a force, a solid, stable platform. So when you're actually loading your weapon and you want to go into a situation where you're actually indexing the magazine, placing it in, going into grip, see how my thumb is coming upwards and into the position for the slide stop? Now, by pressing down, the weapon is live and engaged in a battery, and now I go into my grip. Now remember, this grip is pinnacle, keeping pressure on the forward thumb and pressure downwards on the reinforcing thumb from your gun hand. So when we talk about sight alignment and sight picture, the correct sight picture should be this. You want to keep your front sight and your rear sight flush on the top. You also want equal amounts of space on the right and left. Right, left. I'll learn this one day. And you focus, your focal point is that front sight. This is where all of your thought goes into. When you engage that trigger, you don't think about the trigger. You think about maintaining sight alignment and keeping that front sight on target.